what's up everyone? Subscribe to my channel and get ready because today we're diving into one of the most elegant, boundary-pushing, and historically influential American luxury coupes ever built, the Buick Riviera. This is the complete evolution of the Riviera from 1963 all the way to 1999. Every generation, every major transformation, and every bold design decision that made this car a legend. So sit back, relax, and let's go on a ride through one of the most iconic nameplates in Buick history. When the Riviera first arrived in 1963, it didn't just enter the personal luxury car segment, it practically redefined it. The first generation Riviera was a masterpiece of American design. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't overloaded with chrome, it wasn't trying too hard. Instead, it was clean, sharp, and sophisticated. Designers wanted something inspired by European Grand Tours, long hood, short deck, purposeful lines, and what they created was a car that looked like a concept but was fully production ready. Under the hood, the 401 nailhead V8 gave it the muscle to match its luxury presence. From the moment it hit showrooms, people knew this car was special. It wasn't just a Buick, it was the Buick. Then came the second generation in 1966, and the Riviera got bigger, bolder, and more dramatic. The fastback roofline was one of the most distinctive of the era, and the flowing body curves made the car look like it was moving even when parked. Buick doubled down on performance too, offering the powerful 425 cubic inch V8. The Riviera had officially established itself as a luxury machine that wasn't afraid to flex its muscles. This generation is still loved today for its sculpted shape and unmistakable silhouette. But in 1971, Buick didn't just evolve the Riviera, they revolutionized it. The third generation introduced the legendary boat tail design, inspired by classic Auburn and Cord speedsters. Love it or hate it, there's no denying it was one of the boldest designs ever put into mass production. The split rear glass, the angled tail, and the dramatic proportions gave the Riviera a look unlike anything else on the road. Buick took a risk, and while the boat tail was polarizing at the time, it has since become one of the most collectible and admired designs from the entire Riviera lineage. Under the hood, big block power continued, but emissions rules were beginning to change the muscle car landscape. Still, the Riviera kept its style and its presence. For 1974, the Riviera entered its fourth generation, ditching the boat tail but keeping a large, confident luxury vibe. The design became more formal, more squared off, and more traditional. This era focused heavily on comfort, soft suspension, plush interiors, and a smooth, quiet ride. The Riviera was now a true full-size luxury cruiser built for long-distance comfort rather than sporty intentions. Buick leaned into the personal luxury identity fully, and fans who wanted a floating, elegant highway car got exactly that. By 1979, the Riviera took another major turn. Downsizing was the name of the game across the entire American car industry, and the fifth-generation Riviera became significantly smaller, but also far more modern. This generation introduced front-wheel drive to the Riviera lineup, marking a major shift in engineering philosophy. Despite the smaller size, Buick actually increased the focus on technology and luxury. The interior became more high-end, and the car still offered V8 power along with improved efficiency. This was also the era where digital displays began creeping into the dashboard, giving the Riviera a futuristic edge. Then came the sixth generation in 1986, a major design reset that shocked many longtime fans. The Riviera shrank again, becoming even smaller and adopting a much more modern aerodynamic shape. It wasn't trying to be bold, it was trying to be advanced. This generation leaned hard into electronics, featuring one of the most complex digital dashboards of its time, complete with touchscreen controls back when touchscreens felt like science fiction. Buick wanted the Riviera to be the technology leader of American luxury cars, and this generation proved that the brand was not afraid to take risks. And even though performance wasn't its strongest point anymore, the Riviera delivered a smooth, efficient, and high-tech experience that felt ahead of its era. And finally, in 1995, the seventh and final generation arrived, and Buick went out with a bang. The Riviera returned to a larger, more powerful, more emotional design. It brought back sweeping curves, sculpted sides, and a presence that demanded attention. Under the hood, the legendary 3.8-liter V6 returned, smooth, reliable, and in supercharged form, genuinely quick. The interior blended modern technology with premium comfort, giving the Riviera a refined feel worthy of its name. This generation was Buick taking all its experience and pouring it into one final statement, that luxury coupes could still be stylish, comfortable, and exciting. But despite the return to form, the market was shifting, and in 1999, the Riviera nameplate was discontinued. The final cars rolled off the line, closing a chapter in American automotive history. The Buick Riviera wasn't just another car. It was a design pioneer, a technological experiment, a luxury statement, and an evolving piece of American culture. Over the decades, it reflected the changing tastes, priorities, and styles of each era, sometimes bold, sometimes conservative, sometimes futuristic, but always unmistakably Riviera. From the clean, sharp lines of 1963 to the dramatic boat tail of the early 1970s, from the high-tech dashboards of the 80s to the supercharged coupe of the 90s, the Riviera showed the world what Buick could do when it dared to innovate. So if you enjoyed this deep evolution breakdown of one of the greatest American luxury coupes ever made, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. More iconic car evolutions, concept breakdowns, and high-quality automotive content are coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.